Elena, can we just talk about last Saturday night for a second? I swear, I haven't felt that kind of electric, chaotic energy around Chicago sports in, well, I can't even tell you how long. It was just one of those nights where everything, and I mean everything, seemed to break right. It felt like the universe was finally giving Chicago sports fans a collective hug, you know?
Oh, James, I know exactly what you mean. My phone was blowing up, social media was just a beautiful, chaotic mess of pure joy. For a few hours, it genuinely felt like we were living in some alternate reality where Chicago was just winning. And not just winning, but winning in dramatic storybook fashion. It was intoxicating, honestly.
Right? Let's start with the Bears, because that's the one that really got me. A comeback win against the Packers. I mean, for years we've been on the other side of those kinds of games. Always the heartbreak, always the last-minute gut punch from Rodgers or Favre before him. But to see the Bears pull off a comeback like that, against them, my heart was pounding, even just reading about it later. It was the kind of victory we dream about.
And the way it played out. Down by 10 points in the fourth quarter, then Caleb Williams, yes, Caleb Williams, leads a heroic drive, finds DJ Moore for the tying touchdown, and then they win it in overtime. It's almost too perfect, isn't it? Like something out of a movie. You can just feel the collective exhale from the entire fan base, the finally moment we've been craving.
Exactly. And then, almost simultaneously, the Alex Bregman news drops. Alex Bregman to the Cubs. My jaw hit the floor. I mean, we've been talking about the Cubs needing a big bat, that third baseman hole, a proven winner, and then bam! Bregman. It felt like Christmas, my birthday, and a winning lottery ticket all rolled into one. I immediately started picturing him in pinstripes, hitting bombs into the bleachers.
Oh, that Bregman rumor, it spread like wildfire. And let's be honest, for Cubs fans, who've also had their fair share of frustrations lately, the idea of a legitimate, big-name superstar talent like Bregman coming to Wrigley, it ignited something. It felt like the front office was finally making the kind of splash everyone has been begging for. The potential lineup, the energy he'd bring, it's just exactly what the doctor ordered.
And it wasn't just the big two either. The White Sox, bless their hearts, actually won a game against Baltimore, which, let's be real, is a monumental task this season. And the Sky, our amazing Sky, beat the Liberty. Plus, the Fire picked up a win. It was like a full house, a perfect poker hand for Chicago sports, every team contributing to this glorious wave of victory. I was just buzzing, thinking, is this it? Is this the turning point?
It's funny you mentioned the turning point, James, because that's exactly what it felt like, a shift in the cosmic energy for Chicago sports. Even the smaller wins felt amplified because they were part of this bigger narrative of success that night. But, and here's where I have to bring us back down to earth just a little bit, you know that article we're talking about, right? The one that encapsulated all this glory?
Oh no, don't tell me. Don't ruin it, Elena, I'm still riding that high. But yes, I know which article. It perfectly captured the vibe. What about it?
Well, the article, while absolutely brilliant in capturing the sentiment and the fan delirium, also had to remind us that the Bears' win against the Packers was actually a Madden 25 simulation. And the Alex Bregman to the Cubs deal? That was just a joke, a meme that got way out of hand, not a real report. It wasn't real, James. Not in the way we usually define real.
No, you're kidding me. Wait, the Bears thing was Madden? And Bregman was a joke? Oh man, that's heartbreaking and hilarious all at once. I was so emotionally invested in those two things. My whole Saturday night was built on simulated hope and internet tomfoolery. I feel a little foolish now, to be honest.
Don't feel foolish, James. That's precisely the genius and the tragedy of it all. The article pointed out that all these victories, the Bears, the Bregman deal, were products of simulation or misinformation. But the feeling they invoked, the sheer, unadulterated joy and belief, that was absolutely real. It speaks volumes about the hunger and the hope of Chicago sports fans.
You know what? You're right. Even knowing it wasn't real in the traditional sense, that initial rush, that moment of pure elation, was totally genuine. It almost makes it more profound, doesn't it? That we can find so much joy, so much collective celebration in what essentially amounts to a what-if scenario or a well-timed joke. It shows how starved for success we are, but also how resilient our hope is.
Absolutely. It's like we've endured so much over the years, especially with certain teams, that any glimmer of hope, whether it's from a video game or a sarcastic tweet, gets amplified tenfold. It's a testament to the passion here. And let's not forget, the other wins were real. The White Sox did win, the Sky did win, the Fire did win, so it wasn't entirely a fantasy.
That's true, those real wins provide a nice anchor. But let's dig into that simulated Bears win for a second. The article says Madden 25 had them winning. What do you think that means for the actual upcoming season? Does it set an impossible expectation for Caleb Williams? Or does it just fuel the fire, giving fans a taste of what could be?
I think it does both, honestly. On one hand, it's a simulation, so you can't put too much stock into it. But on the other, it perfectly encapsulates the dream scenario for the Bears, Caleb Williams showing up and immediately being the difference maker against our most hated rival. It gives fans a tangible image, however fabricated, of what success could look like with him under center. It's a powerful visualization, even if it's virtual.
It definitely makes you imagine what real game day against the Packers would be like this year. If they really did pull off a comeback like that, I think the city would genuinely explode. It would be more than just a win, it would be a statement, a changing of the guard. And for Cubs fans, the Bregman joke highlights their actual needs, doesn't it? A big-time power-hitting third baseman, someone to inject energy.
Exactly. The Bregman rumor, even as a joke, hit home because it pinpointed exactly what the Cubs are missing right now. That kind of legitimate star power, a consistent bat in the middle of the order who can play a good third base. It wasn't just a random name, it was a perfect fit, which is why it resonated so strongly and why so many people wanted it to be true. It puts pressure on the front office too, I think, to try and deliver something real that sparks that same level of excitement.
It really does. It's a cruel reminder of what we want versus what we have. But hey, let's not totally discount the real wins that night. The White Sox beating Baltimore, that's like a diamond in the rough this season. For a team that's struggling so much, any win, especially against a good team, has to feel like a monumental achievement for the players and the few fans still tuning in.
Oh, absolutely. And the Sky win against the Liberty? That was huge. The Liberty are one of the best teams in the WNBA, and for the Sky to pull off that victory, it speaks volumes about their potential this season. With Angel Reese and the energy she brings, plus a solid roster, the Sky are building something special. That win was a real, tangible reason for excitement.
And the Fire, too. They've been through their ups and downs, so a win against DC United is always welcome. It really makes you appreciate the breadth of sports in Chicago. It's not just football and baseball. We have thriving basketball, soccer, and hockey scenes that contribute so much to the city's sports identity.
Definitely. So while a big chunk of the initial euphoria that Saturday night came from things that weren't strictly real, it served as a powerful reminder of what Chicago sports could be. It showed the potential, the hunger, and the sheer passionate joy that exists here. It was a glimpse into a glorious alternate universe that we all desperately hope becomes our reality sooner rather than later.
It's like a collective vision board for Chicago sports, isn't it? This is what we want. This is what we deserve after all the lean years. It's almost more impactful that it was simulated, in a way. It stripped away the expectation and just left us with pure, unadulterated hope. No real game day pressure, just the fantasy of success.
Exactly. And it also highlights the unique relationship fans have with their teams. We live and breathe these narratives. We invest emotionally, even when things aren't going well. So when a night like that comes along, even with its simulated elements, it's like a well-deserved mental break, a chance to dream big without the immediate heartbreak of reality.
It makes me think about how much we crave those unifying moments. When every team is winning, or when there's a buzz about a major acquisition, the whole city just feels different. There's a spring in everyone's step. You feel connected to strangers on the street because you know they're probably thinking about the same game, the same trade rumor.
That communal aspect is huge. Sports, especially in a city like Chicago, isn't just about the games. It's about identity, shared experience, and collective emotional investment. When the city is winning, even virtually, there's this incredible positive feedback loop that lifts everyone's spirits. It's like, we're all in this together, and for once, we're all celebrating.
So, looking forward, how do we translate that simulated hope into real success? What's the immediate next step for the Bears to make that Madden win a reality? Or for the Cubs to get their version of Bregman?
For the Bears, it's all about Caleb Williams' development, the coaching staff maximizing his potential, and the defense continuing to be stout. That Madden simulation just set a very high but not impossible bar for what we hope to see. For the Cubs, it's probably going to come down to the trade deadline, Will they be buyers? Will they be aggressive enough to go after that impact bat that sparks the team and the fan base in a real way?
I really hope they are. That Saturday night, for all its virtual glory, really highlighted how much a genuine jolt of excitement, a truly impactful move or win, can mean to this city. We're ready for it. We're hungry for it.
We truly are. And you know, James, even though those particular stories weren't real, that Saturday night still was a great night for Chicago sports fans, because it reminded us of the sheer joy and possibility that comes with following these teams. It gave us a taste, a powerful, emotional taste of what true, collective success could feel like. And sometimes, that hope is what keeps us going through the long seasons.
You're absolutely right, Elena. The real wins from the Sky, the Sox, the Fire, combined with the fantastical what-ifs from the Bears and Cubs, created a moment that genuinely uplifted the city's sports spirit. It was a much-needed shot of optimism, and honestly, I'll take it. Here's to hoping we get to experience that kind of real, unadulterated, universally celebrated winning soon.
Couldn't agree more. Let's manifest those real victories, Chicago. What a night, what a feeling. Thanks for diving into that wild Saturday with me, James.
Always a pleasure, Elena. And to all our listeners, keep that hope alive.